from adulthood or from 12 years old up.
Okay, Fox. We've been talking in general terms about the book. So let's get a little more specific. I know that you have a couple of poems from the book that you would like to share with the listener. Let's do that now.
Great. Yes, I have two that immediately come to mind whenever I look at a copy of the book. And we had spoken earlier pre-interview about how I've taken as a high school teacher to doing what are called Palm Tree Fridays. And I bring in this oversized, blown-up palm tree, and I place it in my classroom. And on Fridays, oftentimes, we share stories of inspiration. And the palm tree simply symbolizes the fact that in life, you have good days and you have bad days. The life of a palm tree, is notes that. You picture them on a beach somewhere, under sunshine, and also bless this time of the year. Bless the southeastern states, east coast of the U.S. We seem to be getting creamed more and more often by strong storms and hurricanes. And the poem, the Road to Success, to me, just sort of encapsulates that. So this one is called The Road to Success is Not Paved. And it goes something like this. Even if tough times last, tough people, they last longer. And as you go down that mogul-ridden path, let your faith grow stronger. If you fall off the horse, get up and get back on the saddle. Victory Highway is not smooth sailing, for that road is a constant uphill battle. Even if positive thoughts don't work, negative thoughts, well, they'll kill you. So keep your mind, your body, and your soul on high alert. You will never know the heights you will take yourself to. So keep one hand on the wheel and one foot on the gas. These struggles in life, well, they're real. And you can tell them to kiss your left pinky toe. It's the road to success is not paved. The next poem is a poem about integrity. It was something that indirectly I was taught growing up. And as a teacher and coach, it's something that I try to instill in my students and my players. It's about doing what is right even when no one is watching. It's called He Looks Back at Me and Says. And it goes something like this. It's 6:30 in the a.m. and the snooze has become my friend. Soon I see myself in the mirror. He looks back at me and says, have you done all you can do? And are you ready for what is to come? Are you thankful for all you have been given? As would say a decent son. Do you realize the responsibility that comes with the pleasure of success? You must be a man of integrity to always be at your best. And no matter there are no cameras and that you are alone under this roof, you can hide sometimes from the outside world, but me, the mirror, I always see the truth. That's He Looks Back at Me and Says from the book.
I read both of those. When it's funny because I read through some of your poems in the book, and those were two particular ones that I happen to like very much myself. I'm curious, do you think that the book has a theme?
Do I think it has a theme?
That's an English teacher question, I know.
Oh, it is. It is. We're going in depth. ELA grade 12. I would say this. There are sections or chapters. So a lot of them are. There's motivational. There's nature, and then there's miscellaneous. But again, I think it's about a man at the time. Just saying, do you feel like I do? And if you do, I hope that this piece of writing will help you with whatever you are facing currently. If that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense. And I read, I always do my homework, and so I was reading information about you, and I came across the question that you said you've been intrigued by for a very long time. And that question is, what is it like to live in your skin and look back out at the world? And I think that may be a theme for the book, because you're really in your skin, you're looking back at the world, and this is how you, Fox Beyer the poet, sees the world. What do you think?
Suzanne, you should be my agent or publicist, yes. Why did it take us so long to meet?
I don't know. But I wish that we could just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Because what I've discovered, the more you and I talk, seriously, the more connections that I'm feeling. I've already told you, my brain just gets set on fire sometimes when I'm talking with people and they give me ideas. That's the kind of experience I'm having in my head right now. You've awakened my brain, and there's just a forest fire going on in there. And I want to
the title, I'm sorry to cut you off,
no,
but
go ahead.
I mean, it notes the title, Letter Kindling. And it's really to evoke something within the reader, and I'm glad it evoked something within you.
It does. It really does. And you're absolutely right. That's exactly, I wasn't thinking about that when I said that, but you're absolutely right, because my brain is just on fire. So let's let our listeners know where they can find the book. Now, it's available on Amazon, and I always think that perhaps there's one person who is hearing our voices right now who says, I don't know how to use Amazon. I don't know what to do. So let me just kind of give you a quick walkthrough. This is very, very easy. All you have to do is type www.amazon.com in the browser. It's that space at the top of your computer screen. Click on it, and it'll take you right to Amazon. And I remember when I first went to Amazon the very first time, I looked at that page and I thought, what's all this stuff? How am I ever going to figure out what I want to find? There's a box. There's a big search box that's at the top of the page. Let me give you the title of Fox's book so that you can find it. It's Letter, Letter, Kindling, KINDLING, igniting, inspiring, and evoking the fire within, by Fox, Fox, Beyer, Beyer. Put that into your search feature, and if you just get Letter Kindling by Fox Beyer and click on it, the book will come right up. You'll see his picture right there on the cover, which I think is amazing. This is such a personal book. It'll also let you buy it right there on the page. Now, there's in the upper right-hand corner of the cover, you'll see two words, Look Inside. If you click on those two words, the book electronically opens, and I really always feel like I should do air quotes when I say the book opens, because of course it's electronic, and you're able to sort of scroll down. You'll see all of the poems listed in the table of contents, and then there is an example. You'll get 2 or 3 of Fox's poems that you're able to read, so that you'll get the feel for his style and you'll get the feel for the book. You can buy it right there on the page, and presto changeo. All you have to do is click buy, and the book comes to you. You have social media, don't you, Fox?
I do, yes.
Now, how can I find you?
Yes, so I am Fox Beyer, FOXBEYER, on most social media platforms. That is to say, Instagram. That is to say, Facebook. That is to say, Twitter and YouTube. So if you just search my name, FOX Beyer, all those things will come up.
Now, there's a website. You've got some interesting things on your website, and you're also a podcaster, so let's make sure we talk about both of those things.
Yes, so thank you. The website is foxbeyer.com, FOXBEYER.com. And what you'll find on there is content that may be useful to you, which includes, like Suzanne just said, like you said, Suzanne, my latest podcast episode and access to older ones. The podcast that I host is called What's Your Inspiration? And the premise, the theme is a conversation with that person and them telling us the people and places and things that inspired them to put them on the path that they're currently on today. Okay, it's called What's Your Inspiration? And you can find all of the episodes through my website. You can find them also on iTunes. It's What's Your Inspiration? Podbean, What's Your Inspiration? And on YouTube, What's Your Inspiration as well through my website. It also has some of the songs. I know I'm a lyricist, a novice lyricist, and SoundCloud recordings of some of my latest demos on there as well. If you enjoy, I mostly write in country style, so the songs are also up there as well. And if you'd like to communicate with me, you can do that via my website. It just says, it'll say at the bottom, get in touch with Fox. And if you do that, I'll immediately be emailed and we can start a conversation, possibly about poetry.
You know, you're in such an exciting place, Fox. You've got a book that's an excellent book with wonderful poetry in it. You're beginning to fulfill a lifelong dream of writing lyrics. It just seems to me that right now you are just on the cusp of some really exciting, fun, and interesting places in your life.
I'll answer that this way. Yes, yes, and yes.
Well, I have one more question, and it concerns the book, Letter Kindling. When our listeners become readers and they purchase a copy of Letter Kindling and they read the poems from cover to cover, and for the very last time, after they read the last poem, they close the back cover of the book, either electronically or physically. What is the bottom line for you? What do you want that reader to take away from all of the poems that you shared?
That's a great question, Suzanne, and I'll answer it this way. I think the book, for me, I'm the reader, isn't designed to read cover to cover. I think it is probably most effective in a place in your home that you access and that are around often within your home. It's designed to pick up and open up to whatever page and to read a poem or two. And as far as how these poems impact people, you know, this may seem grandiose, but I can remember a few years ago listening to a speech. It might have been a commencement speech that Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, ex-NBA star, gave to a high school. I don't know if it was Lower Merion where he graduated from or somewhere else. And he said at some point in his speech that he didn't remember a lot about high school. He had just moved back to the States from Italy, and things just moved fast. But he did remember something that his English teacher told him in the 11th grade. and it was this: don't rest in the middle. And if